When we talk about increasing your productivity as a student, one of the key part of this is having good resources that helps you maximize your efforts. Not only maximize your effort, but it makes you quite productive in such limited time. And that's a good place to be. That's my favorite saying. That's a good place to be. That's a bad place to be. But in all fairness, as a student, you want those resources that make your life easier. Not just a student, academic writer, any form of writer, you want those resources. You need to be using those resources. You do not want to struggle with things that should take you 2 seconds and then you end up spending 3 hours, 2 days to achieve those. That's not a productive way to go. So in order to enhance productivity, in this video, I'm going to be talking about resources that makes writing very easy. No matter what you're writing, literature review, essays, policy, whatever it is you're writing, these resources will be very impactful. Now, I specifically made this video for every writer, right? Students, policy writers, researchers, policymakers, whoever you are, whatever form of writer you are, freelance writer, this is for you, right? So I grouped it into three main parts that I think that every writing is based upon, which is the planning and the structure aspect, which is my biggest aspect, because I believe that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Simple as ABC. So the planning and the structure aspect, the writing aspect itself, and then the referencing aspect. So those are the three parts that I will be covering in this video. Now, for the planning and structuring aspect, I made a video earlier about how to structure, how to plan your essay, right? So that planning aspect, you can watch the detailed video. I'll gloss over that here as well. And in terms of creating structure, there is an approach to go about it. So no doubt, the planning and the structure aspect of writing is the most important, and that cannot be overemphasized. So if you have not gotten anything that you use in planning, I think you are in the wrong. You need to plan and plan the structure. So watch that video on how to plan your essay effectively. Whatever you're writing, the approach applies. So make sure you check out that video. Now, one of the key tools that I think helps with that helps with planning in this case is our structured planner. This planner helps you plan each paragraph. I mean, it makes writing seamless. It makes it easy. It makes it very straightforward for you to write. So if you have a plan in place, all you have to do is sit down. Oh, this is the plan now. Go on, start writing. But if you don't have a plan, then you struggle. And that's not a place you want to be. All right. So that's a very key part of this, which is the planning and the structure. You have to plan. You have to have a structure in place. That makes the whole process way easier. It increases productivity by, I don't know how many percentage, but it does. So be very aware of that. And I mean, get the planner and use accordingly. Now, to the writing proper, there are certain key things you need to have when writing. So I haven't grouped this in any particular way, but I'm going to talk about some resources I think are very helpful. One of the key bits is Grammarly. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about Grammarly. This video is not sponsored by them. It's just one of the resources that I've used and I think is a brilliant resource which helps with your grammar. Now, if you're someone like me who's an immigrant who was coming to the UK and I'm a Nigerian, we use part American English, part British English. I struggle here in the UK with different things. Cribs, chips, elevator, lifts, whatever. It's a problem because I come from a background where we use both words interchangeably. It doesn't make any difference. But here, it means a lot. So if you have someone like Grammarly, not only will it help with how you construct your sentences, the texture, I don't know how to explain it, but to use the word texture, the texture of your grammar will be velvety. I'm using food now as the baseline of this. So what I'm trying to say in essence is it helps your grammar to be the type that meets up with the standard that is expected in such a piece of work. Does that make sense? So that is a very crucial aspect of writing. If your grammar is wrong, your reader will be frustrated, and you do not want that. So you need to be very aware of that. And Grammarly truly helps with that. I'm not paid for this. I'm only saying, so it makes your life really easy. When you type your sentence and it is wrong, it highlights it for you and tells you, this is a better way to write it. And what more but a very good suggestion. So it's a better tool to use. I mean, if you know how Word helps with giving you options like, oh, why not use this, why not use this instead? Grammarly is way better. So another tool that I think really helps with writing is the Manchester Academic Phrase Bank, which is a phrase bank that contains different sentence starters. So what these sentence starters, what they do is they allow your work to start strong. Like you want to start a paragraph and you introduce some of these sentence starters. It makes it easy for you to have a strong starting. Do you understand? And then it helps you introduce critical analysis. I mentioned this in the video about critical analysis. It helps you introduce critical analysis or help you show you're about to introduce some form of critical analysis into your work. So that is a free tool and it's accessible to everyone, whereby you are able to see several, depending on what explanation you're trying to make, or what you're trying to do. Are you trying to give a definition? Are you trying to define a concept? It gives you sentence starters, which are these phrases that helps you have a strong standing. I mean, helps your work look quite strong, actually. It helps with writing. So you might want to check that out as well. Now, another tool, which is an AI, and I would say be very mindful and use this ethically when you want to, which is my stand view when it comes to AI. You need to be able to use it ethically in academic writing. So, that helps with writing as well. It gives you ideas. It helps with structure. That's called Jenny.ai. There's the free version, there's the paid version. This video is not sponsored by them either. This is just me putting out some of the resources I have used that I think would be very helpful to you guys. Now, Jenny.ai is a brilliant AI tool to have and to use. So you might want to check that out as well. It helps with writing, it helps with the structure. So that's a very good place to be. So once your grammar is sorted, your phrases are sorted, your planning is on point, what next? I mean, that means your whole writing is on point. So we go to the references aspect of things. So I know that a lot of you guys still do your referencing by writing inside paper, cancelling it, or typing it and then editing it and all that bit. I feel like that's a really tedious way, and it just makes your work, it makes the number of time that you spend writing the work, it makes it longer. It is not productive. It reduces your productivity. And as a student, you have limited time. You have several assignments you want to work on. So you do not even have that time to be wasting and just be looking at references and crossing it out and all that bit. So there are free resources that you can use when it comes to referencing that would help you collate those references, keep the PDF format, the original file, and then still create your reference list for you. Do your in-text citation as well, depending on the style that you're using, whether it's Harvard referencing, Chicago, whichever one it is that you're using. It does that, APA 7, whichever one it is. It helps you format it in that particular style that you're using. And so you do not want to joke with any of these tools. Now, the first one on my list is Mendeley. And I have created a video earlier about using Mendeley and how that looks like and how you can install it, how you can use it and all of that bit. I have that video and I'm going to tag it up here, and then you can watch it and be able to use Mendeley in referencing. It's a free tool. It is free, 100% free for you to use and be productive. And then the other referencing tool is called Zotero. Now, I promised to make a video on this one, on how to use Zotero. I haven't, but I will. I promise to. So you use Zotero as well, which is also a free tool, and it helps increase your productivity. Now, these are key resources that I think that everyone should be aware of. So if we go over it again, for the planning aspect of things, you can use our academic planner, or you can create your own plan and structure yourself, whichever one you prefer. For the writing aspect, I've recommended tools like Grammarly. I've recommended AI like Jenny.ai, and I've recommended the Manchester Academic Phrase Bank for sentence starters that would help improve your productivity and help make your points stronger when you're writing. And then for the referencing aspect of things, we've spoken about Mendeley, which there's a detailed video on that which you should watch. If you have questions, leave your questions there. They will be answered. And then I've spoken about Zotero as well. So Zotero, I promised to make a video on how to use that. And then all of these tools, majority of them are free. Grammarly is not. I think there's a paid version. I don't know if there's a free version as well, but I know there's a paid version. Jenny.ai also has the free version and the paid version as well. All others are free except the planner. The planner that I created is not free. You get that for a token, just for a token, for effort for creating it. So which I think is important for you to use within your work. It makes a whole lot of difference, right? So, yep. I think that literally covers the aspects of writing, which is planning, the writing aspect, and the reference. If you think that I've missed anything out or I haven't answered your question in detail, just pop the question in the comment section and I will be happy and glad to respond to it. So make sure you share this video with your loved ones, share with people that you know would benefit from it. And until I see you again, make sure you put a smile on somebody's face. Bye.